Also, commercials or broadcasting, like TV and stuff, is also Cinema 4D is also popular software. But which software you're using is not really important because they are in a way kind of similar to each other. Once you understand how Maya works, um, learning about another software is more about finding out which button is what. The rest of it is pretty much using the general concept, kind of similar, almost identical anyway. So don't worry about, I'm not learning about this software. I want to learn this software. Once you understand the one of them, the rest of it will become a lot easier for you. And you shouldn't be having too much difficult time, uh, learning about 3D software. In my case, I start learning about the very first 3D software that I learned is Maya. So the Maya is pretty much I've been using it, over 20 years and things like that. But at one of the place that I actually work, they actually use Cinema 4D there. So I actually had to, teach myself Cinema 4D to get myself going. And it was a relatively easy process. I didn't have like too much hiccup or any difficulties in terms of understanding the concept, right? Any question so far? Do you guys have anything that you want to ask me? We're good. Um, yeah, just feel free to let me know if you have any questions, something you're not sure about. Okay. This is a time that I would love to interact with you guys. And then most likely I'll be using this online session to provide you the feedback on any of the assignment that you guys will be doing as well, right? So it's important that you guys do your best, try to attend the online sessions, not just my class, but also other classes as well. I think the professors will really appreciate that. Other thing is, as you guys all know, most of our faculties are all working in the industry, either a supervisor, some of them even is like actual CEO or owner of the company, right? Like Mihaila or even Matt. I'm sure you guys all met Matt for one of your concept design course. So you know, and Daliber has been a wonderful animators as well and concept designer as well. So and most of these faculty, since they are all working in the industry right now, if they find any of you has a great potential and talent, they would love to have you to their company, right? It has happened, always regularly happened before. So it's important for you guys to, show your face, you know, otherwise they will know, right? So it's not just about the quality of work that you're putting off. It's also important that you have some type of personal relationship with the people who's in the industry. Will give you an easier access to your employment or having a job right after you graduate, right? If you're good enough, then you even had a couple of students actually, you know, start working in 7 to 3. It's very rare, but yeah, we had that kind of situation before. So um, all the faculty is always look out for a new talent to coming in, and they would love to have you in their company if they see you as potential to be a wonderful artist or workers at the studios. Okay. Um, as for my class, no, there's no assignment. I will definitely notify you in well advance if there's any assignment coming up, right? At least like 2 or 3 weeks before. So you guys will have enough time in terms of getting your assignment done. Okay? Sorry about that. Are you hearing okay? All right. I try to be more louder. Sorry about that. I spent quite a lot of money for my microphone. It's not really turning out the way I want it to be. So Please bear with me. I'll do my best, try to be speak more louder, and see what I can do in terms of improving the audio quality for you guys. Okay? So as for this one, it's just a general and very introductory lessons on the concept of a 3D object and just simple shortcut for using Maya, right? I'm just gonna keep it very simple to start with. The Maya is a massive software and there's tons and tons of features. Um, I've seen people using Maya over 30, 40 years and there's, I mean, 20, 30 years and still don't know everything about the software. That means how massive the scale the software is pretty much, right? Okay, so now we are going back a little bit and then we will actually going back to actually look at all the interface that's existing inside of Maya. I'm gonna give you a quick overview of it so you guys have like a general understanding of what is where pretty much, right? I'm sure you guys can see that there are tons of buttons when you open it up. I mean, especially if you this is the very first time that you see Maya, you most likely, it's quite intimidating to be honest. There are a lot of menu, a lot of buttons that's all over the place around this viewport. So, but bear with me. Once you have some more understanding of it, these are pretty much the, it will be fairly clear to you. And it's not likely that it's very unlikely that you will be using all of the tools that are existing. And you don't need to actually know everything pretty much. Um, all right. I guess the very first thing I'm going to say to you is if you press F1, function key 1, this will most likely open up the help document for Maya, like this. Okay, so you can already try that out. So this is kind of give you quick, just think about it like instruction manual for the program. So you don't have to read everything in there, but if you get a chance, just kind of just go by it, just kind of browse through. There's a lot of like a little tutorials also existing as well. You guys are all free to try to use it and just play with it, right? The main thing I really want you to stress that once again is, you know, think of it as a little play, think of Maya as a little playground that you can actually do many different things. So just be free, don't be afraid pressing any buttons. Just press it and see what happens, right? So just experiment it, try different things. That's what I'm going to be asking. Or you can just trying out some of the quick tutorials if you like, right? Getting started, quick start tutorials and talk about some of the very, very basic things that you can actually try it out, right? Very easy, easy looking ice cream cone that's being created in Maya. Okay. All right. So in terms of the interface, now. This thing's on the way. So what you see in front of you, very top of it, right here, like a little top line, is we call that a top menu bar. Usually has a all the settings that you need to, all the tools that's existing to you, like new file, open scene, edit, copy and paste, delete, create, select, modify the 3D the object. Talk about the display option for your viewport, different types of small editors like graph editor or attribute editor that's existing. You can bring it up. Graph editor is there. You can also open up the outliner, which is already existing on the left corner by default. You can also stick this thing into the bottom or just kind of stick into any of the area that you like, right? Like this, if you want to put it there. You see that allow you to docking the actual graph editor into making the part of Maya, right? You can also take that out by grabbing this tab there, taking it out, close it. You can also do exactly the same thing, outliner, take it out. So you can actually customize the actual interface. If you select this little dotted line, you can also take out the tool menu, take out that thing. You see that? Oh, I'm starting to lose the control of this thing. I'm just taking it out. You can see that everything can be customizable. You can make it smaller and bigger, right? Don't worry about it. If you feel like, oh, I just feel like I don't know where I am going with this thing, right? But completely fine. If you feel like you don't know where to go, you can simply go back to the workspace, right? Open it up. And you can, there's a bunch of different presets that's existing. And you can actually go to, let's say for example, you can go to modeling standard. Now it's go back to where it was. I think you keep going to classic, it's back to that. So I think there's a way you can actually reset current workspace. Yeah. Okay. So if you have something like you want to like checking it out, the render bar, and just kind of place it on the bottom if you like, or you can grab this toolbar, place it on the right side instead of the left, or just kind of make it into integrate into there, right? You can make that window bigger or smaller as well. You can make it into full window by clicking on this little window. Full view, one view, side view, full outliner. Okay. You can also do a number of different things to customize your interface. And once you're happy with it, you can also save that interface if you like. Okay. Save current workspace as. Or if you don't like it, you want to reset to back to where it was, you can reset that. Okay. The on top, that's the top menu bar. Just underneath it, you see just a bunch of icons that's showing up. We call that a status line. So this allows you to make a certain change to a wide variety of selections of the object. This part is there, and also you can also use your mouse to click on the whatever that's in there and use it. However, once you actually get more used to using shortcut keys and things like that, this is kind of rarely used and it doesn't really use very often as you like to be. I do actually once in a while use that if I want to access a certain things. Um, I would much prefer to actually use the mouse and actually selecting it just to make sure that I am selecting the right tools or the menu. Because I sometimes don't trust the keyboard that much, but I do aware this type is things are valuable, so you can actually use that. Okay. Just one underneath it, we call that a shelf. So it's commonly it's more frequently used as it contains many shortcut icons that you can actually directly access to, and also customize to your liking as well. So in by default, it is actually the poly modeling tab is enabled. So most of the tools, just think of that. So all these tools that you see here is also existing on the menu sections in the one of the menu tools that you have. And then, but this is more of the graphical or visual representation of those tools that's existing. For example, this is a create polygon sphere, right? Make that. We can do exactly the same thing by going into create, polygon primitive, and sphere. Exactly same menu you see, right? So there's a number of ways to access the exactly same tool because that's one of the strengths of Maya. It's very customizable, and you can actually easily manipulate or change up the software to your like. If you have some experience with the scripting, like a Python or a bit of mail scripting, you have a freedom to customize your software however you like, pretty much. Okay, and many studios in the production environment, normally they do actually customize the software quite a bit to make it own their uh, own software in a way to it's optimized for their own production pipeline. Okay. Um, so we're talking about the Maya file. So once you go into eCentennial, so let me just quickly dive back into that.